It is 10 o'clock, and I'm going to ask if we stand for invocation and pledge of allegiance. May we bow in an attitude of prayer. Gracious Heavenly Father, we say thank you for the night of rest, and we look forward to this beautiful day in Washington County. We ask that you lead, guide, and direct us in all that we do and say, and we lift up those around us. And Lord, just ask for your guidance, your comfort, your protection. And we pray for the school teachers throughout our community. Their awesome tasks and responsibilities. And Lord, just watch over them and give them extra encouragement and wherewithal to deal with today's agenda and issues. Lord, guide us, direct us, use us, we pray. May we honor and glorify you in that which is said and done. For it's in your name we pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. With that, I ask for a motion for approval of the minutes from August the 13th.
Motion to approve August 13th minutes.
A second.
Second.
Motion for approval. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you. With that, we'll move right into commissioners' reports and comments. And Mr. Klein, you want to go
Sure,
first?
just one thing. I want to thank all the staff who organized today's employees recognition event, to thank those employees who were recognized for the different lengths of year of service. We can't do without them. They're our most valuable asset, and thanks to all the other employees too. That concludes my report.
Okay, I'll keep it on this side of the room. Commissioner
Morning.
Wagner.
I also want to thank all the employees. It was a nice breakfast recognition, some up to 35 years employees. And even if you didn't get the award, you're in between an award, and I appreciate everything everybody does. Just wanted to remind everybody, tonight's Remembrance in the Park at 6 o'clock out City Park. And I think that's it for me.
Okay, thank you. Wayne?
Well, yes, thank you. Again, thanks to the staff who organized this morning's breakfast for our retirees and the Years of Service Awards. Very nicely done, as always. And thanks to our staff for their work. And again, coming off of Labor Day, we are a large service organization, and it takes people and staffing to do what we do. So thanks for helping us do a good job. Something I wanted an idea to float by my fellow commissioners. I had a chance meeting with a gentleman. It wasn't planned, just a run-in, and we got to talking about government, state government. His wife is a staff member to, I'll just say, a high-ranking Maryland official, and so I brought up I-81 just to see what he might know, and he was very well versed in the state's budget, just being the spouse of this employee. And a recommendation he suggested, and I don't know if it would go far or work or not, but he said that there are lobbying groups that specialize in just engineering, construction, and road projects. That's all they lobby for, is road construction. And he seemed to intimate that they were rather powerful lobbying groups in Annapolis that advocate just for those types of projects. So I don't know if it would be worthwhile. I know we're all digesting the news the last couple of weeks that there's no more money for I-81 in the agenda in the state's budget right now, but maybe if we engage this special lobbying group, maybe we could just, before we dole out any money, just see what their thoughts are and maybe explore that path a little bit. So I think anything's maybe worth a try, because we know safety issues on our roads very important, and I hate to accept no as an answer when it comes to I-81. So that's all I have.
Thank you, Commissioner Kiefer. Mr. Harvey?
Thank you, President Barr. And I guess Washington Goes Purple Recovery Month is beginning. We'll have a ceremony today for that. It's focused on drug awareness and education, and I think we all know that, it's a scourge that's impacting so many families, and Washington County is not exempt from the impact of that. And at the same time, we're dealing with how to, address the promotion of these THC dispensaries and the like, which seems to be a little bit incoherent when we're promoting it on one hand and we're saying we've got big problems on the other. It's the same government doing both, so it's questionable to me. I want to highlight for everyone that next Monday at 7 p.m. at the library in downtown Hagerstown, Senator Quarterman has graciously invited both Hagerstown city and county officials, as well as Delegate Grossman, to be at an event there where the goal is to listen to citizens' input, both citizens of Hagerstown as well as citizens that reside in the county. County residents work in the city, they go to entertainment in the city, they shop in the city, and they're also impacted either by crime or the perception of crime. And some of those very same people own businesses in the city. So it's a public event. It will be live streamed, correct, Michelle?
Yes, it will be live streamed on our Facebook page.
On the Facebook page. And, it's an opportunity for us to hear citizens' perspectives. I've paid close attention to the meetings that the city has held. The last one, they had law enforcement people, representatives there, and they were going over issues there with state police representatives, as well as, our county sheriff and the police chief. And it was an interesting discussion. I noted particularly that the police chief made a comment, I'll paraphrase it. He said, "We are doing well given the resources we have." Well, I was expecting some follow-up questions to that, because doing well given the resources, and I thought of General Custer asking his lieutenant, "How are we doing, Lieutenant? You're down to 9 men out of your 36 in your platoon." "I'm doing well given I only have 9 men, sir." Maybe not a perfect analogy, but it's what I thought of at the time. Some of the questions I would have expected is, what are you doing and how well are you doing with what you have, Chief? Are you doing everything that you're supposed to be doing? Are there things you should be doing or you could be doing if you had more resources, if you were fully staffed, for example? Because it's apparent that they are not fully staffed. Their personnel numbers are dramatically down. So those are some questions that you could have gotten into. And I would note that ahead of the public meeting that we have on Monday, it would be nice if there was more information available to the public that could be posted. I know Senator Quarterman has requested this almost a month ago from the city. How many positions do they have, and how many people are actually filling those positions by year going back maybe 10 years? I don't know the specifics. We do understand that they're down to about 28 to 30 patrol officers. And, they've been asked for criminal statistics, an explanation of what those statistics reflect, what data is captured and what is not captured. And some other things might be how well they're resourced and organized to accomplish the mission. How are they actually operationalizing their efforts, where the priorities are, and what are the guidelines and the instructions to patrol officers and investigators, stated and unstated, for what they're actually going to do when they engage on something, because that matters as to how the job actually gets done. So those are some questions, and look forward to public comment, and hopefully some of that information will be made more available for everyone to understand, so we can address this issue of the perception of crime, or it's manageable and it's exaggerated, as Chief Pfeiffer stated at the law enforcement meeting. Last thing is the Remembrance in the Park. Again, as Randy noted, it's 6 p.m. tonight at City Park. It was a horrendous day. I think most of us who were old enough remember where we were at on that day. It was absolutely impactful. For myself, I knew my life changed because I was a Middle East-focused intelligence officer, and I spent the next better part of my life fighting al-Qaeda and counterterrorism operations in Iraq and Afghanistan. And it wasn't just the firefighters and the police and those that were impacted on that day in Pennsylvania, in New York City, in the Pentagon, but it set in motion a chain of events of counterterrorism operations across the world that has not stopped even as we speak today. So with that, I close. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner Harvey. I, too, would like to congratulate the service in awards this morning. We have a number of employees that received 5-year increment awards, and hats off to them, particularly the 25, 30, and 35-year employees. That is significant in today's society. It's rare that someone stays that long with an organization, dedicates their career, their lives, and their wherewithal, if you will, to one organization. And we are probably eternally grateful for not only their service, but what they do for the citizens of Washington County. One thing that wasn't mentioned here this morning, I'm a little bit surprised, but Saturday was Aaron Brooks Day in Hagerstown in Washington County, and we had an opportunity to participate in that event on Saturday morning and afternoon. There was an autograph signing at Younger Toyota for several hours, and then there was a parade through Hagerstown, and Aaron Brooks, our local young athlete, hero of our community, taking the bronze at the most recent Olympics in Paris. And Aaron received a lot of accolades, and I was quite impressed when he had the opportunity to take the microphone and talk about his upbringing, his path, and his endurance, but most importantly, his grounded faith in God, and what his faith has done for him and what it means to him. And obviously, Aaron Brooks is not only an exceptional athlete, but he is a very fine young man and probably has a bright career ahead of him, whatever he chooses to do. So hats off to Aaron Brooks and his family. He represented Hagerstown and Washington County very well and brought a bronze medal home, which is, yes.
I'd just say that was a very well-run event, executed beautifully with the support of Mayor Martinez and their staff. It was well done at Meritus Park, and Washington County Public Schools and North High Band and cheerleaders were all there, and it was extremely well attended. A very well-run event, and the city should be commended for that, as well as for all the other participants that made it so smooth. Yeah. And of course, Aaron, for being such a outstanding person.
Right, and thank you to Meritus Park, the leadership there. David Blackstone had made the Meritus Stadium available and open for that, the climax of that event. And as Commissioner Harvey eloquently said, it was a very fine and well respectable ceremony on Saturday. And believe it or not, it rained all morning. And when Aaron got to the stadium, the clouds lifted and the sun came out, and it just couldn't have been more perfect. So a wonderful day in Washington County and Hagerstown. As already been mentioned here today, Remembrance in the Park is tonight at 6 p.m. Tomorrow night is annual Remembrance Parade in Boonesboro. It's 6:30. Grand opening of Hagerstown Aviation Museum and Wings and Wheels event this weekend, the 14th, September the 14th at 11:30 a.m. That's out at the airport. On September the 16th, which I believe is Monday, Taquito grand opening, 11 a.m. over on Frederick Street, a new restaurant. And as also has been mentioned, Monday evening, the 16th, 7 PM at Washington County Library, free library, is the Senator Quarterman's Town Hall meeting. And we encourage the citizens of not only Hagerstown, but Washington County to come out to that and be prepared to bring insight and their perspective on their concerns for safety and the well-being of all the citizens of Washington County. Anything else, gentlemen, I've missed? Hearing none, we'll move right into staff comments. And Chip Rose, you come forward, please.
Good morning, Commissioners. Chip Rose, Director of Human Resources. I have 2 items for you this morning. Staff is seeking consensus to advertise for position number 816, which is the Director of Transit. The grade 17, step range 5 through 10, for a range of $88,358 to $99,965 annually. Staff is also requesting a temporary upgrade for Shauna Harbaugh for serving as the Interim Director of Transit. The position is available due to the resignation of the incumbent, which was effective August the 14th.
Motion to approve the hire, motion to approve the, along with the temporary upgrade.
Can we do
Second
that?
to both.
Okay, we want to do that all
Separate.
together
I
in
think
one?
I think we should do them separately.
That's what I'm
Okay,
thinking.
motion to approve the
Advertise.
hiring.
Okay, motion and
Second.
Commissioner Kiefer was second. All in favor by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign, 5-0. Okay, now, second motion.
Motion to approve temporary upgrade.
Effective August the 15th.
August 15th, correct.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, motion and a second, ready to vote. All in favor by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign, 5-0. Thank you.
Thank you for working through that with me. The second item is staff is seeking consensus to extend conditional offers to both Richard Smith and Derek Crippen for the positions of Captain of Field Operations, which is position number 1334 and 1742. These are DES grade 7, step 1, for a salary of $67,317. They're conditional because it's required to do for a firefighter, but we can't start them until we get a conditional offer in front of them.
Consensus is what you are
Looking for a
seeking.
consensus.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, consensus?
Don't we need, I think you need an actual vote to hire them.
So the way that we wrote it up was we need a consensus to extend a conditional offer. So it's not a real offer.
Are you going to bring it back?
We'll bring back the actual offer.
Okay.
If that's okay with the board.
Their hiring's conditional on passing the,
Correct.
Well, all of our offers are contingent. That's why I'm not sure why we're bringing it back.
If we don't have to bring it back, let's not bring it back because it takes another
Okay.
2 weeks or a week.
I can revise it to request an approval to do conditional offers for Derek and for Richard.
Yes, I think that's what you need.
again, motion to approve the updated motion.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for approval. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign, 5-0.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you,
thanks.
Chip.
Thanks, Chip. Dawn?
Good morning, Commissioners. On behalf of the Washington County Board of Zoning and Appeals, I am requesting a motion to appoint Todd Gossert and Skyla Heiss to serve first full 3-year terms from October 1st, 2024 through September 30th of 2027 as alternate members. This is a paid board.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and second for approval. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. 5-0. Thank you.
And on behalf of the Washington County Ethics Commission, I am requesting a motion to appoint Justin Harbert to serve a first full 3-year term from October 1st of 2024 through September 30th of 2027. This is not a paid board.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, motion and second on the floor for approval. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you, 5-0.
And on behalf of the Washington County Gaming Commission, I am requesting a motion to reappoint Matthew Schnebley to serve a second two-year term from October 1st, 2024 through September 30th of 2026. This is not a paid board.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, motion and second on the floor. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Same sign. Thank you.
And on behalf of the Washington County Public Golf Corporation, I am requesting a motion to appoint Selena Wilkes to serve an unfulfilled term through January 31st of 2026. This is not a paid board.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, motion and second for approval. All in favor? say
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Same sign.
That's
5-0.
all that I have.
Thank you, Dawn. County Administrator Michelle Gordon.
Thank you. I have a letter of support that I'd like to get permission or consensus from the board to approve. It is for the town of Keedysville. They are applying for a grant to the Appalachian Regional Commission. The grant is to update and revise their comprehensive plan. They're not asking for any funding from the county.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, motion and second for approval. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Same sign. Thank you.
I did attend a retirement party for Ken Shao in the Water Quality Department a couple of weeks ago, and I'd like to congratulate him on his retirement. I also attended a Land Use Council meeting with the Home Builders Association. I did attend the celebration honoring Aaron Brooks over the weekend. All of Washington County is incredibly proud of his accomplishments. And I'd also like to thank the City of Hagerstown, Meredith Park, and North High for the incredible job they did putting on that production. As part of the awards that we presented to him, I'd like to acknowledge a couple of local businesses. Howard's Art Supplies on the Dill Highway for expediting the framing services for the proclamation that we presented to him, and extend a thank you to Aladdin Awards of Funkstown. They donated the engraving services for his plaques. I also attended the Employee Service Awards today, and I'd like to thank our Human Resources staff for putting on that event, and thank all of our employees for their dedicated service to our community. Our next meeting is next week on September the 17th. And that's everything that I have. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Any other staff comments? Anyone we've missed? Hearing none, we'll move right into citizens' participation. And I'd like to just read once again the citizens' participation rules of engagement. Citizens' participation is an opportunity for citizens to comment about an issue or issues of county practices and interests. This is not an interactive dialogue or question and answer session. It is solely a time to hear citizens' comments. And we also ask that you please limit your remarks to 3 minutes or less. So, we have anyone here? Yes, sir, come on up, please. If you will give us your name and address so we have it for the record, we'd appreciate it.
My name's Ray Gruber. Live in Williamsport. Need my street address and everything.
Okay.
Jeff knows me. I know
Yeah,
Jeff.
I did recognize
Known
that
Jeff
hat
all my
on.
life.
Good morning.
Yeah, buddy. I'm retiree. I worked for the County Roads Department for 30 years, from 1972 till 2001. Been retired for almost 24 years. Over that time, the retirees have gotten between 1% and 3% increase. And the reason I come in today is I talked to 2 county employees, and both told me that every county employee this year got between a $15 and $17 raise an hour. And if that's a falsehood, I'll go on out the door. If it's true, you know, I'd like to continue. If it is, I think it's a slap in the face to any retiree that worked that many years. And 1% is, compared to that, is, unacceptable. So if it's true, I'd like it, maybe looked into. If it's not true, then I'll move on. Mr. Harvey, I talked to you when you were campaigning. You knocked on my door. We talked on the porch, if you remember or not. You asked me if I had any concerns, and I told you what my concerns were concerning the retirement for the employees. And you said if you got elected, you would look into it. I'll leave that there, but before I appreciated the 1 to 3%, at least I got something. But if it's true with this $15 an hour raise for everybody, it's.
That's not true.
Ray, we normally don't respond back and forth on dialogue.
I know,
But the hourly
understand.
rate, they maybe got 1%, or
Right.
amount,
Okay.
but no 15 to 17.
Right, I understand, but I just, that's, if it's hearsay, fine. If it's true, I just don't think it's fair, so that's all I had to say. I appreciate what I get, and, hope I continue to get it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ray.
Any other citizens' participation?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Carol Mowen, President of the Washington County Teachers Association. Our office is located at 18047 Oak Ridge Drive in Hagerstown. First, I want to share my gratitude for the work of the Washington Goes Purple movement for bringing their messages about misusing prescription pain medication and opioid drugs to our middle and high school students. The movement's leaders know about the power of coalition building, and I'm glad to support their efforts. I'm also here today to ask you to respond to ongoing concerns related to mental health, substance abuse, and violence, not only in our community, but also in our schools. For many of our students, school is the safest place they go in the course of each day. But with national and state news once again reporting tragic events in Maryland at Joppatown High School last Friday and Appalachia High School in Georgia last Wednesday, school safety is top of mind. The Washington County Board of Education has done a great deal to improve school safety, and I appreciate the support that the Board of County Commissioners has provided to support their efforts. However, hardening schools with school resource officers, security vestibules, and safety drills is only part of the solution. The National Education Association has completed extensive research into how to improve school safety. For example, school districts should implement effective, feasible controls that include a limited number of entry points, create health and safety committees, and provide an anonymous early reporting system for students who may witness threatening or troubling statements or behaviors. Our Board of Education and Dr. Sovine and school leaders have implemented these and other controls, but we can do more. As you have been deliberating how to address crime in Hagerstown, I think you'll find the NEA's recommendations for how to address violence in schools to be connected. As Mary Herringa, our UNISERV director for WCTA, shared with you via email 2 weeks ago, one of the best ways, if not the best way, to reduce crime is to increase funding for education. Mary provided you with links to several useful studies, and I hope that you have looked into their findings and sources. It's no surprise to me, then, that the NEA's recommendations for preventing school violence include the following: create smaller class sizes, create a positive school climate including restorative practices and support for social and emotional competencies, hire more specialized instructional support personnel such as social workers, nurses, and mental health professionals, practice student drills that are mindfully conducted to minimize student and staff trauma as much as possible. Train staff in restorative justice, de-escalation tactics, racial justice, cultural competency, crisis intervention, and anti-bias. Decrease over-reliance by educators on referrals to law enforcement, develop and engage in authentic, broad partnerships with parents and community groups, ensure emergency planning and other responses are trauma-informed, and et cetera. Seeing as my time has grown short, I won't continue there. But that is not in NEA's entire list. And I share it with you to note that while WCPS, with the help of local law enforcement agencies, has implemented many of these recommendations, the common denominator of all is funding. We need funding for school resource officers and for smaller class sizes. We need funding for after-school programs with bus transportation home so that kids can participate. It's also no surprise to me that NEA's recommendations align with the blueprint for Maryland's future. It's my hope that this year you will consider how you can support additional funding for our schools that will enable us as a community to wrap our arms around the problems of local crime, substance abuse, and mental health in our schools and in our communities by adequately and fully funding our local public schools. Thank you.
Okay. Citizens' participation, anyone else? Okay. Hearing no others, we'll move right along in the schedule. Proclamation for Washington County Goes Purple in Recovery Month. Good morning.
Good morning. So thank you guys for the proclamation for Washington Goes Purple. This is our 7th year, and we're very excited. Jeff has his, Commissioner Klein has his shirt on. Thank you very much. Melanie and I got our shirts out today, too. But this is our 7th year, and we're really excited about the support that we've received from the county and the community. And of course, just a reminder that Washington Goes Purple is a prevention initiative to educate our youth in our community about the dangers of substance abuse and eliminate stigma so that we can open up more gateway and decrease obstacles to enter treatment. One of the things that we've really focused on, especially, is our youth initiative, and I really appreciate the ladies' compliment because we have really strengthened our community, of education. We are now at every high school and middle school at lunch in the fall and the spring and do a program of lunch tables, and that gets about 3,000 youth each season, which is amazing. We're able to bring a speaker in, Laura Stacks from Johnny's Ambassadors. She will be here this year, this Thursday and Friday, to speak to Springfield and Boonesboro Middle, and then she is at North Middle and Smithsburg Middle. We tried to hit the middle schools this year. She did Smithsburg High and Boonesboro High last year, and she's a phenomenal speaker. But another thing that we do is really partner with the recovery community to put a face and to gain hope in our community, and that's where Melanie comes in.
Hi, everyone. I'm Melanie, and I am a person in recovery. So as we all know, there's a high crime and substance use problem in Washington County, and like Vicki said, you know, put a face to people in recovery, and that's where I come in to, you know, I am an implant from Baltimore, and Washington Goes Purple, when I got here, it was just getting started in 2017, and I looked forward to it. It gave me hope, it gave me something to do, and it inspired me. So, you know, it just shows that people do recover, and Washington County gave me my life back, and for that I'm very grateful. So Washington Goes Purple is important to me to eliminate stigma and, you know, go into the middle schools and the high schools, and because prevention begins with our youth. So, you know, I love the movement, I love the initiative, and we can recover in Washington County, and like I said, it gave me my life back, and that's where I step in to let people know that it doesn't matter where we are, that people can recover, and we just need to come together as a community.
Thank you. And also, just you all are more than welcome to come to any of our events. This weekend is our kickoff. We had to reschedule it. Jeff did come in the rain. Commissioner Klein came in the rain, but we're doing it this weekend. We're very excited. It's at City Park at 6 o'clock.
On which, Saturday?
It's Saturday, at 6 o'clock. And then we have the recovery walk is the 28th at Meredith Park from 12 to 3. And we're really excited that we were able to partner with Meredith Park and with your sponsorship. And we will have, it's very family oriented. We're going to have the infield full of games. We have a face painter. We have a local speaker, someone in recovery, Simone Leanne, who is a local person from here that's in recovery. She actually was our mock bartender at our sober prom that yielded 103 children. Which was quite shocking. We've never had that big of a turnout, but the kids had a great time and we made it through with no incidents. So that was really exciting. So we hope to move forward doing more things to promote recovery and give youth safe places to have a good time and learn to have a good time without substances. Any questions for us?
We do have a proclamation. Jeff, do you want to present this?
Go ahead.
You got the purple shirt on. You're right.
That's why he wore it.
I'll gladly do it.
Absolutely. You got the purple shirt.
Efforts in being a role model, role. You can see that light in the tunnel and gives everyone hope. So proud to meet you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Don't make me
I
Do you want to stand in the middle?
almost cried too.
Aw.
On behalf of the Board of County Commissioners, it gives me great honor to be here today to present this proclamation to Washington Goes Purple Recovery Month, September 2024. Whereas National Recovery Month started in 1989 and is a national observance held every September to promote and support treatment and recovery practices, the recovery community, the dedication of service providers, and to increase public awareness surrounding mental health and addiction recovery. Whereas preventing and overcoming mental and substance abuse disorder is essential by achieving healthy lifestyles, both physically and emotionally. And Recovery Month continues to educate others against substance abuse use disorders, the effectiveness of treatment and recovery services, that recovery is possible. Now therefore, we, the Board of County Commissioners of Washington County, Maryland, do hereby proclaim September 2024 as Washington Goes Purple Recovery Month and urge all citizens to participate in this observance by lighting up the night and wearing a purple shirt to the commissioners meeting. It says pause for laughter. In all seriousness, the color of recovery and to spread information on the dangers of opioids and other drugs to our community. Or this 10th day of September 2024. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And that's yours to hold.
Can we just shift just a little bit so we're right there?
Thank you.
Thank you, appreciate it. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Now can we join the commissioners for this picture?
Sure, absolutely.
You two get walk up there and you're the second. How about that? Huh?
Yeah, I didn't know we got all of you guys. There's a little bit of purple up here. You couldn't even, we gotta get you a purple tie.
It's the Minnesota Vikings color.
Okay,
Ravens.
Ravens.
Oh, there you go, Ravens.
Ravens.
okay, here we go.
31 deep
1,
behind in the division.
2, 3. Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm so, like, it's framed. I don't even have, I have all of these proclamations, but none of them are framed, so I'm so excited. It's official. Thank you. It's only been 10 years.
Maybe I'll do a drop in.
Thank you. Oh, sure.
Good morning. Good morning, Rick Curry, Director of Purchasing. Subject is rejection of bids PUR 1686, custodial paper and hand soap. Recommended motion take action as the best interest of the county and to request the bids for the custodial paper and hand soap PUR 1686 be rejected without prejudice due to the vendors are not registered to do business in the state of Maryland, and the registration process could take as much as 8 weeks or more. And also, majority of the vendors were unwillingly to spend the fees to be registered. The normal fee to register is $300, to expedite is another $250, and they were not willing to do that. Also asking to utilize a co-op that was awarded by TIPS USA, contract number 230103 to Veritiv. And you can see the invitation bid was advertised. We normally are required by law, and the number of participants that download the documents and the bids that were received. And you have a copy of the bid tabulation. Questions? Thank you.
Stateside MOU for Vixen Hollow LLC. Good morning, Chris.
Morning, Commissioners. Chris Boggs, Department of Planning and Zoning. Bringing to you this morning a MOU for, it's for the Vixen Hollow LLC Program Open Space Stateside Conservation Easement. But this item is also can affect our future program open space conservation easements that we are able to work on through the state. In short, the program Open Space Stateside is a conservation easement program funded by DNR, works to preserve natural areas for public recreation and watershed and wildlife protection across Maryland through, in our case, through the conservation easement acquisitions. We have a few of these easements in the county already. It's just that much of the administration, other than me forwarding a property to the state, has been done on the state's end. This proposal is to have me administer these easements locally, as opposed to having the state do all the legwork on them. Just over the years, I've been considering it, and finally, I think that what's going to happen is if I administer these through the land preservation program at the county, it's going to expedite the purchase of these easements in a way that the state hasn't been able to do for us over the years. This would not be the first, as I mentioned, this isn't wouldn't be the first project or program open space easement in the county. We actually have 4 others that the state has done over probably the past 10 years. But I think, again, I could accelerate the process and preserve more land. The easements themselves, they have a general environmental emphasis, but the easement restrictions operate much like most of our other agricultural easement programs. In fact, this one, being a DNR easement, most closely resembles what we use the boilerplate kind of for our rural legacy program. It's just that rural legacy easements have a ranking system. They have a yearly grant, whereas these projects are taken on a project-by-project basis. And while they have some pre-qualifications in order to receive funding, there isn't really a ranking system or anything with these easements. Let's see. The properties also are appraised as opposed to having an easement valuation formula. So they're kind of they're similar to almost every other type of easement in one way or another. One of the things to go along with this, also very similar to rural legacy and our CREP easement program, is that these will be 100% state dollars, but the county would receive that same 3% funding for administration and 1.5% for compliance and monitoring costs. Outside of that, no county funding would be required for this program. And so the recommended motion would be to approve the memorandum of understanding regarding the Vixen Hollow program open space easement project, and also all future MOUs for projects using the same language, and concurrently to allow, just allow me to sign the MOUs So essentially, I'll be coming forward probably in a month or so with the actual project for Vixen Hollow. This is just the MOU. So what we're really asking is that, A, the commissioners, approve us administering the program locally, and B, that I can sign the MOUs, and then, the commissioners then will have the power to approve or deny when I bring the physical projects to them, at the later date. So any questions?
Chris, just a question. We see sometimes, like in this grant or the state dollars, the county receives a percentage of the easement for ongoing monitoring and compliance. Give us an example. What does that entail?
So basically, with the DNR easements, I'm required to pop out and monitor them to make sure they are maintaining the restrictions that are in the conservation easement document every 3 years. So that's with every DNR easement, whether it be Rural Legacy, CREP, or this project or this program, Open Space Easement Program. So 1.5% of the easement value is given to the county and kept in a dedicated fund for those purposes, as well as the 3% admin fee that is 3% of the easement value that goes toward, the administration locally of the program.
Okay. To your knowledge, or during your tenure, have you ever seen a property in non-compliance?
I have. I have seen a CREP easement in non-compliance, and there was a farm and ranch land protection program easement in non-compliance. What generally, for the CREP easement, we had, the CREP easements were a little confusing because there were multiple different types of land uses allowed on different portions of those properties. And I think the landowner just got confused as to what he was allowed to do on that certain portion. So that portion was supposed to stay in hay. And when I came back to monitor it, it was a tilled field of soybeans. So, basically what happened was, DNR said, look, it's your first infraction, just try not to do it again. And of course, in subsequent inspections, I've gone back, and of course, it's now in hay. The landowner understands. It was an honest mistake, I think, because these documents can be confusing, for the general public. But again, it's been so it was the first inspection I had on that where it was not in compliance, and the last two that I've done on that property, it has been in full compliance.
Okay. Thanks.
I have one question.
Yes.
You said this is similar to the Rural Legacy
Yes.
Program. Do you require MOUs for those, and do you currently sign those? Okay.
No, we do not. No MOUs are required for those. That is the one difference that this program is. This program has from all the other programs. So CREP requires an MOU once per year. Rural Legacy doesn't, I believe, because it's part of a grant cycle, and we are applying for that grant. This actually, from what I gather thus far, for this project, is going to require an MOU for each individual project.
But ultimately, the board would approve the final project?
Correct, yes.
Yep.
So basically, I would receive the MOU, sign it, say we're good to go, start the title work, all that, and then when I get to the point at which I can present it to the commissioners, then I will bring the project to the commissioners for their approval.
That's everything I have.
Okay. Do we need a vote on this, or?
We would need a motion. I think we should do two motions, one for the MOU for the Vixen property, and then one for the MOU that allows him to sign for future projects.
Okay.
Motion to approve the MOU for the Vixen property.
Second. Okay, motion is second. All in favor by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Thank you.
Motion to approve the MOU as submitted.
And to give him the authority to sign future MOUs?
Correct.
Second.
Okay, motion is second for approval. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
Next item is declaration of surplus property and future intention to convey.
Good morning, Commissioners. Todd Moser, Real Property Administrator, Division of Engineering. Andrew Eshelman, Director of Public Works. Move to adopt the ordinance declaring property located at 116 West Baltimore Street as surplus property. The county owns property known as the Dwyer Center located at 116 West Baltimore Street in Hagerstown. Property consists of 0.46 acres and a 9,568 square feet building that is no longer needed for county operations. Notice of the county's intent to declare surplus property and convey was duly advertised on August 12th, 19th, and 26th of 2024. Property was valued at $800,000 by appraisal that was completed in June of 2024. Property will be listed on the open market for $800,000 upon Board of County Commissioners approval. Any questions?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and second on the floor. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, looks like the next thing on the agenda is I need a motion to go into closed session for the following reasons.
Motion to go into closed session for the reasons stated in the document.
Second.
Okay, motion and second. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Minute break?
5-minute recess.